I've gotten all that out. We're going to go with the AFC South first. So in the AFC South, I'm going to just start you off with where they finished last year. 2018 standings for the AFC South, the Houston Texans, they finished 11-5. The Colts were 10-6. Tennessee Titans were 9-7. And the Jacksonville Jaguars fell off the cliff and went 5-11 after previously making the AFC Championship game. So then this season, the AFC South schedule looks like they play the NFC South and they play the AFC West. So I mean, there's no slouches. That means all four teams are going to have to face New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Kansas City, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos. So I mean, these schedules are no cakewalks, which as we started covering all the divisions, nobody has a cakewalk because there aren't that many bad teams in the league anymore. Even the ones that aren't contending for titles, they can beat you.
Any given day, yeah.
They're, almost everybody's good.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm looking at. They picked up Nick Foles out here in Jacksonville. He's never really proved that he can actually carry a team through a whole season, but he's an extreme upgrade from your boy Blake Bortles. I mean, I don't know what took them so long to move on from him. I think they could have hired me to come play quarterback, and I would have been an upgrade
that
from Blake Bortles.
favoritism, being your friend.
And this will probably be the first time we've seen Leonard Fournette actually come out healthy since his rookie year. So I think with a healthy Fournette and Nick Foles taking over, the defense should still be strong. They've lost a few pieces from what that defense was 2 seasons ago when they made the AFC Championship game, but they still have a strong defense. And if their offense is actually able to score, it makes it easier for the D. Their D was on the field all game, every game, because Blake Bortles wasn't putting up any points.
Mm-hmm. They got to stay healthy, too. And they receivers, that's a little concern for me. They got a young receiver core, but I think the rookie DJ Chalk, I think he's gonna come in and make some big plays this year for them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think from last year's seeding, that's where your other 2 games come from on your schedule.
Yeah.
They were all fortunate, which is why I have the division seeded the way I have it.
To me, it's complicated with this division.
I think the Texans are the best team in the division. However, the Texans are the only team in the division that have to play the Patriots and the Ravens.
Yeah.
The other teams get to play the Jets. They get to play the Bills. Or they get to play, who's on the other side?
Dolphins, I think.
No, they're still in the West. So in the, that's the East. Who we got from the North? Oh, they get to play Cincinnati. I mean, if you got Cincinnati and Buffalo, and the other team got the Patriots and the Ravens, that's a nice little edge for you.
That's a good edge.
Like
they not play the Patriots?
Like, I think the Texans are the best team in the division, and I got them finishing 3rd in the division because of their schedule, the times, the locations, and then those other 2 games that they got to play. It's just that the cards just didn't line up for them. It was ugly the way that fell. So, I'm taking the Colts to win the division at 11-5. I like the Jaguars. It's 9-7. Like, it's not going to be world beaters, but I think they're going to be much better. Just like I was saying, they're probably going to be 2 games better than what you think they should be because they finished last in the division last year, and that means they get to play the Bills and the Bengals. That's 2 gimmies that the other teams in the division don't have to play. So the Jets are actually going to be good this year, so that's not a gimme. I mean, I don't think they're not making a playoff push, but that's not just a straight gimme game. So now, I got Tennessee at 8-8, that was a rough call.
Tennessee is.
Or my bad, not Tennessee. I got Houston at 8-8. I had Tennessee at 6-10.
Tennessee 6-10.
Yeah. The schedule's rough, man. I mean, this could very well be the best division in football, top to bottom.
Yeah, I think it's a good division. Believe it or not, you can't sleep on none of them teams.
Them being the best division is me saying that their worst team isn't that bad. I'm not taking any of these teams to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But just as a unit,
it ain't a
there are
lopsided
no bad
division.
teams in that division.
Yeah.
Most other divisions have somebody that's like, no, that team sucks. They don't have a Bengals. They don't have a Bills. They don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So, how do you see the AFC South panning out?
Like you said, I think Houston is the best team, and I think Houston. It's hard for me to say it because it's so much that have to go right for Houston. Deshaun Watson, he can't turn the ball over. He got to stay protected. The defense got to stay healthy. J.J. Watt got to do his thing. They got to figure out if they're going to keep Clowney or, sign him to an extension or whatnot.
Didn't they give him the franchise tag?
I'm not sure. I remember I was watching it yesterday, and they was trying to see what they going to, sign him, depending on how much money, depending on how the market is. But
If I'm not mistaken, I think they franchised him at like $15.9 million.
I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, I don't know. It's a toss up for me because I think the Colts can do it, but I think with Nick Foles going to the Jaguars is gonna make a big difference because you had Blake Bortles, and Blake Bortles, I mean, he was supposed to be gone about 2 years ago. You bringing in a veteran Super Bowl winning quarterback. He might not play the whole season that year they won the Super Bowl, but he got experience and he gonna bring a good presence in there in the locker room, and I think it's gonna build. I think Jacksonville got a good chance, but I'm going with the Titans. I mean, not the Titans, the Texans, to win the division. 11-5.
Anyway?
Yep, 11-5.
Wow.
They ain't gonna push over the hump.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't know about that.
Tennessee, like you said, 8-8, maybe 7-9, depending on if Marcus can stay healthy. If he ain't gonna be healthy, then I don't know what's gonna happen with them.
I mean, I do think they beat Cleveland week 1 just because Cleveland has too much pressure and hype on them.
I know you ain't no Cleveland fan,
right?
I
think Cleveland will be good. It's just that there's a lot of expectations. Nobody's ever actually expected Cleveland to do anything.
Oh, I got the high expectations for them for the first time in 24 years. All that talent, boy. I gotta do something.
So check this out. The NFL, for some reason, well, we know what the reason is. It's all money. The NFL is proposing an 18-game season. But they're not just going to cut 2 preseason games off and add 2 games to the regular season. They're going to add 2 games, and they're going to actually put a 16-game cap on the players. So what that means is every player on that roster is going to have to sit 2 games, but there are no other stipulations on what game, how this is actually be done, how this will actually affect the fans. I mean, if you just take in consideration, if your team has been winning recently, the tickets are crazy expensive. And you telling me there's a possibility that I might go ahead and book a flight out to Foxborough, pay for an extremely ridiculously high ticket and go into that stadium and be like, oh, well, this is the game Brady's not playing. We just didn't tell you until the day before.
Sound like low management to me.
I mean, I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the amount of strategy that will go into this, it would definitely take away from the quality of the game. I mean, there's so much that's going to go into that. Like, you might actually have people, I mean, especially like a Belichick type move, he would just not play his players against certain teams because he doesn't want you to see what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just throw a game. You'd be like, oh, we're playing the Chiefs? Like, no, we're not going to play any of our players because we're going to have to play them in the playoffs, so we ain't going to let you see nothing.
Yeah.
So they just come out with the backups. Or just run the whole game. I mean,
Nobody ain't gonna watch that.
I mean, they're saying there'll be a lot more money involved for the teams, but that doesn't mean that they're all going to play the players that much more.
Exactly. You might want to preserve your players when the playoffs come in. I mean, they already kind of do that at the end of the season anyway.
I mean, they're going to have to allow more players on the roster. I think they were proposing about 16 more roster spots, so like that would take them up to 69 instead of the 53-man roster.
Yeah, I mean.
So I mean, that doesn't really say that the players are going to get more. They got to pay all these new players.
Yeah. And you say they're taking 2 games away from preseason?
Yeah.
I feel like they're taking away opportunities for other players that we won't get to see in the regular season like that. They're trying to, audition for another team.
Well, that's the thing. We actually will see them in the regular season because they have to play.
Yeah. You're right.
But now the game's going to count.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I really hope they don't do this.
Yeah, just leave it how it is. I mean, they trying to bring expansion teams from other countries. It's weird ideas. Just focus on fixing the game right. Refereeing and need pass interference and challenge, Just focus on that.
Most teams don't have 2 good quarterbacks. I mean, when their starting quarterback doesn't play, it's going to be a bad product on that field. If it's not because of injury, I don't want to see it like that.
Yeah, you know, then you got people like you said that might travel across the country to see your favorite team. That's
Yeah.
your only opportunity. And then your favorite player ain't playing. The little kid favorite player ain't playing.
Yeah.
He's sad. I done seen that happen in the NBA
Standing
a
out
few
there with a
times.
clipboard.
Yeah.
Like, man, can I get down there and get a picture or
just
something?
waving. Oh, we want to see you play.
You gonna give me something for going to this game and you ain't even playing.
Exactly.
Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna need a picture. I need you to give me a personal shout out on my social media accounts from my phone. Like, no, don't tag me. I don't want you in it from you. I need my money's worth. I need something. I need free drinks all in my stadium.
Gotta get some. You the customer.
Yeah, it's like this is definitely not for the fans.
Yeah, I don't like it.
This is all about the bottom line.
Yeah. They say they keep it 16, keep preseason 4, and they'll let it ride.
Everything we know to be conventional about the league will be changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, like you can win 12 games and not make the playoffs because there's 18.
12-6 and don't make the playoffs. That would be crazy.
But I did read an interesting article about it, which most people would. They said this would be the reason why it doesn't get passed through. They're saying that this would greatly favor Belichick because he's better at coaching lesser players than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he uses everyone just from a plug and play type system, and he normally doesn't have the best athletes outside of Brady. But Brian Hoyer knows the system. He can win 2 games depending on who you put him out there against.
Yeah.
You're not going to play him against the Chiefs or the Chargers, but
We're going to put him out there against a winnable game.
he's playing Cincinnati or he's playing Buffalo because they are both on the schedule. Those might be the two. But I guess that would throw off the whole schedule rotation too. I didn't even think about that. 2 more games.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to push everything back.
2 more games. Like, who are those games going to be against?
Yeah, how you going to do the division?
From the other conference?
You going to have to. You can't do 2 more division games, I don't think. Or that'd be what?
No.
8 games?
They have a system in place right now that's pretty much so cut and dry.
Yeah.
You can tell what your schedule is going to be for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
You know how it works. Like, you play, if you're in the AFC, you're going to play you rotate all 4 NFC divisions, 1 per year, and then you swap home and away as it rotates again. Then you do the same thing in your division in AFC, but it's a 3 rotation because you're in your division, and you play each team in your division twice.
Mm-hmm.
Where are these other games going to come from?
Exactly. That's
only 2 games on your season have anything to do with what you did last year. So you get to play the 2 teams in your conference that placed the same place in their division that you did.
Mm-hmm. And it might be a possibility you might face a team out of your division again, a second time. Believe it or not.
I mean, I think there's too many analytics to go into this. It sounds like more money, but they'd have to work out so much in order to do it.
I don't see it happening at all.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be just talk. I think what they need to do is go ahead and just worry about using that little alliance rule that they did with the what do they call it? The Sky Judge or the Sky Ref or whatever it was. They have like a drone out there and a person that watches and that can actually dial in and make a call or overturn a call.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like real time.
Wow.
So if they had had that rule in place, then they absolutely would have overturned. Like they don't even have to overturn. They could have dialed in and been like, "Hey, that was pass interference.
Yeah.
Throw the flag, fix it." They could have done it on the spot.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's actually like the best thing that they brought from that league. They haven't brought it over, but I think it needs to come.
Yeah.
And that's very legit.
Yeah. More
the refs miss
technology
stuff
based.
sometimes.
Yeah, they miss
that was so
everything.
egregious. I don't see how they missed it, but they do miss stuff. I mean, they are running 1,000 miles an hour out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
and they
it's
gotta run.
impossible
They
for
gotta
them to
worry
get
about their life too.
Yeah. These big dudes.
Yeah, he ain't got no protection on. They do. So yeah, I understand.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I think they just need to focus on the product of the game. You know, just scheduling. I don't think 16 good.
Yeah, that's just too much. It's way too
It's just enough football. We still got college.
Yeah.
So,
See, eventually I'm gonna get to that. I'll talk about that one day.
oh,
Not
yeah.
today though. So man, we've got the 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao Still in the ring. And I mean, it's not like he's making a comeback fight. I mean, you know, he just recently destroyed Adrian Bronner. This idiot walking around talking about, I beat that boy.
The funniest fight I've seen.
Fight ever again. That should be on some kind of blooper reel. Like maybe he needs to do WWF.
Yeah, he lost a lot of fans and respect for that.
They know I beat that boy. I did it for the hood. Man, shut up. So yeah, Manny's facing off against a 30-year-old champion, Keith Thurman. Thurman is 29-0 with 22 knockouts. And he's 2 inches taller. Well, he's 3 inches taller. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. And they say Manny is quicker, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, the age thing, he may not really be quicker. He's got a little bit of reach, and Thurman he's a pretty polished fighter. He did take 22 months off, but he fought in January, so he will be ready. Because this fight is going to be on Saturday night. You definitely got to check that out. You know, Manny's never a slouch. He's always going to come out and do his little back and forth Pac-Man jump thing.
Pac-Man.
I mean, he really looks like he's in the Pac-Man game for real when he does that craziness. But I think at the end of the day, man, Keith Thurman is too strong. He's too strong, he's too smart, and he's a counter puncher. Yeah. So, I mean, Manny likes to press the issue, so I mean that's exactly what Keith wants.
Yeah. Manny got to be composed. He got to be patient. He can't rush it. He rushing, he gonna get knocked out by Mr. One Time.
I can see like an 8th, 9th round Thurman dropping.
And I'm a fan of Pacquiao, but this one,
I mean, this could be just like the Marquez fight where it looks like Manny got shot in the middle of the ring. Manny was laying on his face.
He might not been the same since. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, he was out there looking like the memes for real. He was like, man, you want to see a dead body? I really was worried to see if that dude was okay.
Yeah.
When he went down. You're not supposed to fall on your face like that.
It was bad. And you know, I was like, dang, Manny, come on, Pat Man. I like Pat Man. He one of the true fighters I reckon really watch.
Yeah.
You know, boxing ain't the same in my opinion as it used to be, but you know.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's another subject for another day.
We've still got some good fighters.
You got a little something out there.
Yeah. So, man, here we go towards the end of the show. What I saved for you is the AFC